Hello everyone, welcome back to another Oretary video, or should I call it the town, because, you know, Roblox is cringe. Now, I know you guys are saying, Goldie Bubble, when are you gonna make an Oretary video? An Oretary video? An Oretary, like, guys, okay, hold on, chill. Like, I'm in the game, alright? I'm making the video right now. I just wanted to grind some reputation and some money. Thank you guys for the money, by the way. We have a lot to talk about. We have new jobs, new fixes, new everything, like, map expansion. There's everything. So on the red bar below, we will have sections of new jobs and everything like that. Each section will tell you guys what's new in the game. Now, this video will be outdated in probably a month because he's adding a lot of new stuff. And rip Streetwise because goodbye Streetwise, whatever, Oretary's back. So here I'm in the lovely building of Beanie Inc. So basically, we're gonna take a little bit a look outside. As you can see, I'm in the 3rd floor building. Now, I guess this is the 4th floor because I'm on the top floor, but that's technically called the roof. But he's added a lot of new buildings. Now, we're gonna talk about the buildings in this game. So we have a 3rd floor building, an expanded store building, which has a little expansion right here. I'm not entirely sure why this is here, but it's just bigger. Yeah, pretty nice. And then we have this one's kind of older, but we have a 3rd kind of floor building, which also has a basement, and this one is huge. This one's owned by BCR, but if you go inside of here, you can basically just, it's pretty insane. Like, the bases in these games are insane. 100k Robux and more. $100, $200 in real life money. So I suggest you join a clan that actually has a good looking base. Like, this is like TVCO kind of style, but just a little bit different. So here's a TVCO building. It is getting evicted because they apparently, since the new update, they needed an activity check of, you know, people actually being in the clan. So it's being evicted. As you can see, the windows, I think these might be one-way windows or they're boarded up. But as you can see, eviction notice, and it looks like is it new? I'm not sure. I can't even go inside. That's crazy. So if you don't know where I am, I'm by the JKL Manor, which is to my right, and then there's also this new little part over here that has the OPD station because they moved it because of the museum, but we'll talk about that later. So we have these little buildings, neighborhood-wide sale, which he kind of discounted them. So, I mean, you can look at these. I think most of them have been bought already by people. So they're kind of all gone, but there might be a couple here. But these are kind of like the new buildings here. As you see, Dablo's is in the back, but this is kind of the new building style, like little neighborhoods, because they cost a lot less, but you would only really want to use them for like lockers or something like that because OPD. All right, here is the museum. So it's coming soon, but you know, coming soon really means like 2 to 3 years. But so essentially, you're supposed to be able to rob this. This is a new like robbing place to get money. Seasonal money benefits kind of picture, like just bragging rights. So basically, it tells you up here the highest earnings of the season. So this guy, VBane11, he's up top. So when the season ends, which I'm pretty sure it's just a couple months or whatever, or whenever he really wants to, your basically face gets put up on the season 1, season 2, and then so on. So I'm not even on here because I don't even have $1 million. And down here it tells you the only way to get money to be on here is printers, distillers, crypto miners, and etc. jobs and stuff like that. Essentially, you can't just get given money to be up here. You actually have to farm it yourself. Like, you can't just be given 50 million and then boom, you're up top. But yeah, so that's the new, I guess, robbery system right here. If you guys go back to my other video, I mean, I kind of show you guys more information, which I'll have linked right on the top of the screen right there. And we got kicked out. Wow. So basically, if you watch that video, it tells you the museum update from Dylan JKL himself, which is pretty cool. So you guys should go watch that after this video, of course. Now here we have Oretary University, which kind of is just the museum right there. So it's just kind of a little walk. I'm not really sure why he has an education system here, like I guess this is like a college or something, a university. But honestly, he hasn't really done much to this building. Like, he kind of just has some books. Is that an elevator? Oh my word. Oh my word, I did not know this. I mean, there's nothing much really here. I mean, there's like a little theater here. I mean, if you want to have your gang show up or your faction show up and do a little teaching on how to 101 kill someone or something like that, I mean, guess you can go here and get taught. But There used to be a water fountain here. I guess it's gone. But that is Oretary University. Alright, we're gonna talk about Oretary. So now we got the Oretary bar, Dan's JKL. He's owned this building since 1992. Anyways, so I'm gonna talk about the new jobs in this game. So if you come up to the little jukebox and little bottles, you can actually be a bartender. Now you need 25 reputation and the job pays $4. I think when you give him, you get about 3 reputation. So it's not much, but it's pretty fast. So honestly, if I just speedrun this. Okay, so I mean, it's not a bad job, but it's a new job and it's pretty cool because you actually get to utilize the new Dan JKL bar. But that's one of the new jobs. Now this job I don't think anyone has yet because you need Prestige 1 and Prestige got reset because of Eco White. But if you go to Dylan JKL's 13, basically Dylan's lucky 13, you need Prestige 1 and 1000 reputation. So if you come over here, essentially it's called a mixologist, which I think is just a bartender, the same thing, but you need 1000 reputation and then 1 prestige. So if you guys don't know what prestige is, I have videos on that later. So essentially I really want this job because I mean $10, but I'm pretty sure the reputation is pretty good. Now we have other jobs like the mart job, ammo restocker, we have the mailer, and then we have that illegal job that, you know, not a lot of people know about, which you need like 3000 reputation for it. But honestly, if you guys don't know the order of the jobs you should go through, you want to start at the Agami Mart, which is the first job, obviously. Now when you're at the gun store, I recommend getting at least 200 through 500 reputation as the ammo restocker, just so you can do the mailer job, or you can do the crop job. Now here's the post office job, which is the technically next step, but you can also do the crop job, which is a lot better. This one just takes a lot of time if you don't have a car, and when you buy a car, you could get it stolen or killed, and it's just not fun getting it back. Now this is the farmer dog, farmer boy Shawnee. So basically once you're done with him, get 1050 reputation to move on to the garbage bag quest, which then when you do Roblox quest of the garbage, which I have videos on that on how to find all the garbage. Now it probably is outdated a little bit, but it's pretty exact. So try to get 3000 reputation out of this guy, or this is technically the best job in the game currently, except when you get to Prestige 1 and you got the mixologist, which is pretty cool, which I think might give you a lot more reputation. Not sure, don't quote me on that yet, but hopefully. Now this is the Sector 3, the legal job, which you need 3000 reputation for, and the job pay is pretty hefty, and the reputation pay is pretty hefty too. So this one is kind of one of the top jobs, but it is legal, so if OPD finds you, you might get arrested for it. Alright, let's talk about printers and distillers. Yes, distillers. So essentially printers have a new item called the industrial refiner. Now don't act like this is a new distiller. This actually has an additional need for production. So let's talk about the new printer expansion kind of subscription thing. So we actually have the printer button, obviously the muffle, which just silences it, but then we also have the flame retardant. Now what this does, it kind of just reduces the flame damage if someone like throws a Molotov on it or something, which I don't believe is actually like necessary, because not many people throw Molotovs on printers, because I mean that's pretty dumb. Now if you did like a big raid and there's like a ton of distillers and printers, then yes, people will. But in reality, if you get raided and that happens, then technically they're just gonna blow it up anyways. So that's not really needed. 5,000. I mean, unless you're like rich and you have 50 million money, but you know, whatever. So moving on to the tiers. So we have tier 1, tier 2, 3, and 4. All the subscriptions last exactly 72 hours and it can be changed or renewed at 72 hours. So basically these subscriptions last 72 hours of real world time. However, they are not hard coded to expire. They will not expire while you're in the server after joining within the 72-hour window. So this means like as long as you stay in the game, you can just continue having the benefits until you disconnect from the game. You can have these all cost Robux, sadly. I wish it wasn't Robux, but it is. Now the industrial refinery, everyone wants to know. So what does this thing actually look like? I'll have it on the screen. So this thing looks like a distiller, but has a little bit added parts to it. So there's a new spot in the map called the minery, or like refinery, whatever. Basically it's just kind of a tunnel, or it's a dig site. And what you need to do is you need to mine these ores, and you put the ores into the industrial minery, and it pops out these I guess electrical looking ore thingies. Now I haven't been able to do this because it's in one part of the map, it's on the bridge, and you have to go right and you go all the way down. Now RK is legal there, which really sucks because you can just get shot on sight. You can get KOS'd any day, any time of the day. Now, there is a line where you're supposed to not be able to shoot people, but you know, some people are like, oh, well, you look like you're in line, but yeah. So basically, you mine the ore, you put the ore in, and you get 6,500 back, which I think the distillers are only 4,000, so is this really worth it? Maybe. If you have a big faction like BCS and stuff like that, then yes, this is worth it, because then you can have multiple, and honestly, it's a new distiller, so that's what we wanted. Wait, oh. So why did this guy kill me? Alright, so Dylan JKL kind of wanted to add some new weapons to the game. So we have the FNFAL, which is this beauty looking thing. I've heard a lot of people say this gun is pretty bad. It has 15 bullets and the clips are basically 20. So let's shoot this thing and see how it feels. So it's a manual gun. It's not automatic, sadly. So basically, you can't just I might literally just go RK people and see how this feels, but at the same time, I don't think I want to. So I had the thought of it. I had the thought of RKing, but never mind. So this is the new gun. There's also a new gun, but it's only in lockers, which I'm not sure. I have not seen the gun before, and it's called the FNFAL-M. I guess just. It features an ACOG suppressor and improvement reliability, which I don't know what improvement reliability means. Like, what do you mean? Like, there's more damage to it, or like, I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, those are basically the new guns in the game. Alright, so you guys want to get free money, right? You guys love free money. So the Oretary government is going to give us free money. So basically, the government central and property allocation agency. If you walk up to this guy right here, you can get money every 24 hours. So mine is at 6 o'clock. I'm not sure. He does 24-hour clock. So 6:02. And then there's taxes, which I'm not entirely sure like how I'm supposed to pay taxes. This might be a future thing, but basically you get free money if you do this every single day. And then it keeps adding on money, so you keep getting more and more and more. So big money, guys, big money. Alright, so we're going to talk about OPD for a second. Now, OPD also has the same system of getting money, but just a lot more money. But we're going to talk about warrants in the game. So they can now start a warrant with like a warrant camp, which on my screen, I'll show you what it looks like. So you can get a warrant camp, and then it's basically the same time as an actual warrant, but now they actually have a specific time of like start and stop, so they can't just infinitely warrant, and it kind of just teleports them to that camp every single time they die. I haven't seen one of these actually happen yet, but it'll probably happen in the future, which is pretty cool. So I'm pretty sure only like high top-end OPD officers can actually use this. So, and then it can also be destroyed. It'll play a sound alerting the OPD to stop the encampment destruction. And you can read all that. It's on the screen right now, but it's a lot of stuff. So this is pretty cool. We actually have OPD warrant encampments, stuff like that. We have new status symbols for when you are marked unemployed, and then none for your job. So the little thing above your username and below your username. So below your username is your reputation, and above your username is the amount of money you have. So I was upper class citizen until I bought this FNFAL, which I have $89,000 now. So we have a lot. We have 100K through 1 trillion. So I'm not even sure how people are going to get 1 billion. No one's ever had 1 billion in this game. People have had over 100 million, but I don't think they've ever had over 1 billion or even 1 trillion. So that's kind of insane. All right, also thank you for this guy, this cloud guy right here. He's actually W. He actually gave me an AUG for free because I gave him 1.5K in money. So basically, I'm going to show you guys the bug fixes. So essentially, they actually fix the scopes on the AUG in the op. So when you scroll in, you can actually like take out your gun and press E and actually scope in, which is really cool. So, and then they also fixed the background around it so it's all black and blurry and everything like that, as a scope should be. Usually the scopes had like a really weird box, and sometimes you couldn't scope in anyways. So Dylan JKL removed the /E dance. You can only do the dances in the game. Whenever you check somebody, the checks float in the air, and you have to click on E. You can still rip the checks, but it just takes a little bit. So if I check myself, as you can see, there's an E button, and then you actually have to hold down to press it. So now they don't actually fall to the floor, which I know a lot happened before this update. So are you guys happy now that the Oretary has an update? Like, look at this beautiful community. If I turn my freaking volume back on, ah yes, the sound of Oretary. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe. If you guys see me in game, please give me money. I'm so broke right now. Anyways, I'll see you guys later.